friends, Casey Ashmore coming to you back in the studio and talking about protective orders and what the differences are between them. And these are the early case stage, temporary order, temporary restraining order, protective order, ex parte orders that can be sought, by an ex parte hearing with the court. So the last segment I talked about was the emergency protective order. This one I'm going to delve into is going to be just the standard Title IV of the Texas Family Code, which is the family violence provision protective order, what it means and what have you. But before I do that, I just want to give a quick shout out and a shout for solidarity, healing, and prayers for our nation that has been rocked with this crushing coronavirus pandemic. And now, before that's even over, or right as it's winding up, we've got, this tragedy with Mr. Floyd that has rocked our nation again. And we are facing the highest level of racial tension that I've ever seen in my lifetime in our country. And again, prayers for strength, unity, and healing. That being said, I want to talk about Title IV protective orders, which are protective orders that have to do with the Texas Family Code and how we deal with accusations of family violence. And there's basically 4 categories there: drug and alcohol abuse, or drug or alcohol abuse, sexual abuse, sexually deviant behavior, and physical violence. Those are all basically defined as family violence. It's not required in an application for a protective order to really distinguish that. You just need to make the general allegation of family violence. You can get the court to issue a Title IV protective order, and that order will exclude one spouse from the home because of the violence, and then there will be a hearing on that within 14 days. Now, it can be extended by agreement for a longer period of time, but the court does need to rule on it quickly unless there's an agreement to extend it by the parties. But that Title IV protective order it carries a lot of weight because it can throw things into jeopardy, like security clearances, right to carry, things of that nature are all thrown into jeopardy because there's a credible allegation made under the Texas Family Code provision regarding family violence, which, again, that's one of the things that'll cost you your Second Amendment right, a final finding of family violence. And those things are scary and they carry a lot of gravity. So, it's nothing to bring lightly, and it's nothing to be dismissive of, because if there is an affirmative finding of violence, the protective order can be granted for up to 2 years, protecting the victims of violence, whether that's another spouse or a child or both. Basically keeping one parent away from the spouse and the child for up to 24 months. That's an extremely harsh remedy, and I have not seen it granted very often, but it is within the judge's discretion to grant that if they think it is in the best interest and will protect the child from violence. So these are things to think about regarding a Title IV of the Texas Family Code, Family Violence Protective Order. It's got to be supported by an affidavit, and it has to be heard within a certain time period. If the judge grants that requested relief, the protective order can be good for up to 24 months, and it can have a significant impact in the life of that parent and in the life of that other spouse and child. So, bear all that in mind when you bring one of these. Don't bring one lightly. These are serious allegations and accusations, and it's not meant to be used as a tool to gain advantage in a lawsuit, in a divorce proceeding. So I'm going to get into one other thing about Title IV family violence in the next segment. But again, thank you again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions or comments, leave me one on any video platform you see this, and I'll reply back to you in a direct message or a subsequent video series. Thank you again. Have a great day.